Happy Monday, Left of Awesome. It is Monday, as I have already stated, and today I'm discussing something that I actually made a thread about on the Ning a few days ago, because it's when I heard about it, which was on the 17th, and it was a bill that was put into Congress on the 15th called the Respect for Marriage Act. And what the Respect for Marriage Act is actually an attempt to repeal a bill that was put into act by Bill Clinton during his office called the Defensive Marriage Act, which is more commonly known as DOMA. And the point of the DOMA Act was to make it so any same-sex marriage made in a state where same-sex marriage was legal, which at the time DOMA was enacted, there were no states where same-sex marriage was legal, but I believe it's 5 or 6 now where gay marriage is legal, pretty much all on the East Coast. And what it was is it kept those same-sex marriages from being recognized on a federal level, which kept those people from getting 1,100 federal marriage rights. So, and that's even in, in states where it's legal. Like, that's where gay marriage is legalized. You can't get 1,100 federal marriage rights. The rights you're getting that come with straight marriage are only on a statewide level. The Respect for Our Marriage Act is an attempt to get rid of the DOMA Act because it's bad, and it also makes it possible for states to refuse to recognize gay marriages performed in other states where gay marriage is legal, even if it's not legal within the state. Basically, and this is a quote from an article on it, is in 2009 we have tens of thousands married same-sex couples in the country, living openly, raising families, and paying taxes in the states that have granted them the right to marry, and it has become abundantly clear that while the sky has not fallen on the institution of marriage, as DOMA supporters had claimed, DOMA is causing these couples concrete and lasting harm. Discrimination against committed couples and stable families is terrible federal policy. But with a president who is committed to repealing DOMA and a broad, diverse coalition of Americans on our side, we now have a real opportunity to remove from the books this obnoxious and ugly law. Which, my only problem with that quote is I seem to remember that Obama enforced the DOMA Act. He said during his campaign that he wanted to repeal DOMA, but he also said a lot of things in his campaign that he didn't mean. Anyway, this is not a rant about Obama. And by getting rid of this, it's making a big step in the right direction for getting those same-sex marriages legalized on, or not legalized, but recognized on a federal level. And, we take this step on getting it recognized on a federal level. The country itself, not just individual states, recognizing this law, and maybe eventually years and years from now, because change takes time. Like, it does. There's no denying that change takes time. I mean, think how long it took the South to be totally, integrated and not like blacks and whites separate. Think about all the work that took, But maybe someday, eventually, we can not only have it be recognized on a federal level, but have it be legal, countrywide. It is required. You have to be you're legally required to perform same-sex marriages. Because it's what needs to be done. It's complete bullshit that they're keeping people from getting married just because of who they love. I mean, does that make any sense? Just because of who you love, you don't get rights. But it's being repealed, and it's up in Congress, and it has a bunch of, it has 91 co-sponsors, including openly gay lead sponsors Tammy Baldwin, who's a Democrat from Wisconsin, and Jared Polis, who is a Democrat from Colorado. And it is the first time a repeal has ever been submitted for the Defensive Marriage Act. I guess just as a little side note, I want to express my contempt for names like the Defense of Marriage Act. And just like in California, our slogan for the Yes on 8 campaign was protecting marriage. Because it's not defending marriage, it's not protecting marriage, it's keeping people from getting married. And the little bitchy, cynical part of my brain says that they're doing it on purpose to, like, rub it in our faces, you know? Which probably isn't true. They probably genuinely think that they're defending marriage by keeping gay people from getting married, that they're protecting it. But they're not. They're hurting people. And hurting people is wrong. Sorry, guys. But I hope everybody has a lovely rest of the week, and hopefully DOMA gets repealed, and everything will be sunshine and roses, and maybe it'll rain and California won't catch on fire again. Bye. Don't forget to